Just behind these horses, Madame de Heros is trying to get clear but can't. And here's Sacred Hill letting down with a big run down the outside from second last. It's Dan Weaver in front, grabbed immediately by Sacred Hill, who's looking good. Running on fairly well is Goodnight Kiss, but Sacred Hill racing right away from them, way too good. And in the run home at Sacred Hill, scoring by 3 or 4 lengths. Goodnight Kiss second, Dan Weaver third, a break Madame de Heros, Chicky Weary, American Graffiti, and then came Josephine, Granaya, Dane Stewell back, and Shirley's Lavina last. Sacred Hill, one of the better tried in the race, ridden by Dale Smith, coming from second last. A great turn of foot, and she had the race well and truly won at the 200 metres. Numbers should be 5.29. Sacred Hill returning 5.40 and $1.90. Battled away, beaten about 2 lengths at Rose Hill last time out on slow ground, but she's handled the wet track here with consummate ease. Goodnight Kiss second, sitting just off the pace and wide all the way, and Dan Weaver third after retaining the inside and railing to the front round the turn. She was easily passed at the 200 metre mark, but battled on okay. 5, 2 and 9. Fourth in was number 4, Madame de Heros, and fifth was number 7, Chicky Weary. 5, 2 and 9 on race number 3. Well, Granada just couldn't get going at all. Don't know what happened to her. She was very disappointing, just couldn't tack onto them. Maybe the wet track just had her all at sea in that race. Time was 16.81. 16.81. They're just holding up, coming up towards the turn, and then sprinting home. I think that's really what has underlined what a good performance this was. She's got a lovely turn of acceleration, Sacred Hill.
Yeah, she won easily, didn't she? And Dale Smith, the winning rider. Goodnight Kiss, Dan Weaver. The late mail from Andrew Bensley.
Chris, in this race, I'm going
10 and 8, the numbers at Cheltenham. Now, Mrs. Tendulkar at 470 at Rose Hill. Some money for Arabia and Celestia and Cryptique. Then Fairy Story 16, 250 Jamra, 890 Beryl. And further down, as they move in, the rest at long odds. Let's head to Ian now for the fourth at the Hill.
So Jamra, best back runner in the race, and on tab limited 250. And they're all there. And they're off this time. Fairy Story out the back, and Nordic Flight going up quickly takes the lead. Beryl is second. Jesterette moving into third posse, followed by the Grey Arabia. Rosa Murata next on the outside of Jamra. Then Cryptique followed in the middle, Punt on Danehill. And then Mrs. Tendulkar wide out from Fairy Story into bank at last Celestia. Well, Nordic Flight, I think it might have bolted on the jock. And as they work to the side, it's Nordic Flight opening up about 10 lengths. Second posse is Beryl. Third Jesterette at about 3 lengths Arabia. Jamra followed by Fairy Story, Rosa Murata, Cryptique. Then Punt on Danehill. One Mrs. Tendulkar wide out. Celestia second last, and Interbank is last. It's Nordic Flight for Chris Muntz leading by a fortnight. And coming to the turn, Nordic Flight must be still 10, 11 lengths in front from Beryl. Third is Jesterette, and 3 lengths further back in the field is Arabia. Well, I haven't seen a horse this far in front at Rose Hill with 300 to go for a long, long time. And at the 300, Nordic Flight, 6 lengths on Beryl. Arabia followed by Jesterette, and then the favourite Jamra. Nordic Flight is getting very, very tired, but she still has a commanding lead. Arabia running home with Jamra. Nordic Flight is still in front, can't pick her feet up. Jamra and Arabia getting to it, but too late, and Nordic Flight has pinched it. Photo between Jamra and Arabia for the second and third. Good go for fourth. Interbank with Cryptique and Beryl. And further back in the field then came Celestia, Jesterette, Mrs. Tendulkar, Punt on Danehill, Rosa Murata and Fairy Story. Well, what about that? Nordic Flight, ridden by Chris Muntz. Number 10, Nordic Flight. Well, she's got a few tricks up her sleeve, that mare. I don't know whether that was by design or whether she wanted to bolt on Chris and he just let her run. But I haven't seen a horse that far in front here at Rose Hill, oh gosh, for years and years and years. She got very, very tired. She had enough in hand to win it. Number 2 is second, Arabia, ridden by Len Beasley. Number 7 is third, and that is Jamra, ridden by Corey Brown. And the official fourth goes to number 8, and that is Beryl, handled by George Gamone. 10, 2, 7 and 8, the winner by Carry the Crown, trained by David Lee and ridden by Christopher Muntz. And the official tote dividends, and it's paid $23.50 and $6.40, so bookies have copped the lot in the last two. Number 10, paid number 10 repeating 23.50 and 6.40.
They parade for this fourth event. Storm Attack is the favourite, but let's get the late mail from Andrew Bensley.
Chris, in this race, I'm going with Tara's Range. I tipped it this morning. I'm going to stick solid. 6, 3, 1 and 10, my numbers. Tara
Linking in and completing the lineup now for the Floor World Handicap race for this set. Ready to go, 1800, the gates are back, and with the exception of Skinjate, they came out in a solid line. Storm Attack, Legend of Ace beginning quickly along the rails with Ebony Knight and Tantalus handy, and then Tara's Range. But Legend of Ace had the lead, narrowly settling from Ebony Knight. Tantalus doing some work, and Storm Attack just eased off them and sat fourth. In Costa Legend almost a length away fifth, and then Tara's Range, Willie Command on the rails, and then Skinjate with Casino Boy just inside him at the tail of the field. Ebony Knight had taken the lead near the 1200. Tantalus is a length away second. Legend of Ace gets a nice trail third on the inside, and 2 lengths away in Costa Legend outside Storm Attack. Next, Tara's Range is on the outside of Willie Command, and then 2.5 Skinjate and Casino Boy on the fence. At the 1,000 metres, another leader, and in Costa Legend goes around the outside and takes it up with Ebony Knight pushing up again on the rails. Tantalus enjoying a nice trail third, and right behind these Legend of Ace with Storm Attack on his outside. Legend of Ace tried to come away from the rails. Storm Attack whipped around him, put him back in a zip fastener, and getting up on the inside was Willie Command, and then Tara's Range with Casino Boy and Skinjate the last two. At the 600 metres, Ebony Knight in front in Costa Legend second. 2 lengths Tantalus. There's Skinjate going forward quickly around the outside. Next Storm Attack, Willie Command the rail, then Tara's Range. Legend of Ace has got shuffled back to second last in a bunching field, and Casino Boy. Ebony Knight coming around the home turn, a length and a half in front. He rails okay in front, and he kicked out by a couple now. Skinjate wide outs under the whip. Storm Attack and the white blinkers has come widest, and in Costa Legend is battling away, but in front is Ebony Knight with a 4-length advantage. In 4 lengths in front here of Storm Attack, who's battling away on the outside of in Costa Legend, but Ebony Knight is going to cruise it in. Ebony Knight racing in renewed form, wins it by 2.5 in Costa Legend. Photo finished third. Storm Attack or Willie Command, and then came Casino Boy, Legend of Ace, Tara's Range battling in the wet ground. The second last is Tantalus, and Skinjate dropped out again and ran last. Ebony Knight taking the lead a fair way from home and controlling the pace from about the 1,200 metres home. Kicked away at the home turn. It was all over at that point. 7.50 and 2.40 for Ebony Knight. Second going to in Costa Legend, number 9, ridden by Darren Gauci. Photo for third will reveal Storm Attack grabbing that position in front of Willie Command. Numbers being semaphored 2, 9, and the third number goes to 3, Storm Attack, so 2, 9 and 3 official in 151.75. 151.75. First race beyond a sprint distance, and it reveals they're 4.6 seconds outside of the record. 2, 9 and 3. Ebony Knight, who at one stage of his career took forever to win his second race when he took out the final of the Winter Championship. He'd broken a long drought which had extended well over 2 years. He won at his debut in January of 2001 and then couldn't win again until he won the Winter Championship final. He ran last time out, looked to have his chance and battled away, but well ridden this afternoon by Dan Nikolic. He has been a bit too good for them the way things panned out.
Yeah, he was top apprentice Ronnie Stewart.
Leading apprentice for the season just gone by was Ronnie Stewart, and he started off the new season.
Gerald has a strong hand in a later race with Can't Tackle and Domingos. Anyway, they're off and running here in the 5th of the day, and actually the best to break the line was El Rapido. Johnny Reb away smartly, and so was Old Sea Jester. Catechism trying to find a posse, and then a break to Mr. Platinum. At the head of the rest, Full Limit from Factional and Viva La Vie. El Rapido to a clear-cut lead to the back from Sea Jester. Johnny Reb in the third posse. Catechism getting into a nice alley now, about 1 off the rails, fourth, and a further 3 behind him. Behind Catechism I'm referring to as Full Limit, and then Mr. Platinum, and 2 lengths further off in the field, Viva La Vie and Factional on the rails. Down the back, 1200 to go. And the leader is El Rapido. He's about 3/4 to a length on Sea Jester. Johnny Reb third. Then comes the favourite Catechism, 2.5 to Full Limit. Mr. Platinum is outside, and the last pair of Factional inside Viva La Vie. This is the order as they race along towards the halfway marker, and it's El Rapido leading out about 3/4 of a length on the veteran Sea Jester. Johnny Reb is running third, and Catechism is fourth. Then Mr. Platinum, followed by Full Limit, Viva La Vie and Factional. Well, this has been the order from pretty well just after the start, and as they come along to the 650, and El Rapido increasing his lead on Sea Jester now to about 1 3/4. Third is Johnny Reb, and fourth Catechism, and then Mr. Platinum, followed by Full Limit, Factional off the fence, and Viva La Vie is last. To the turn they travel, and Brown is riding the ears off Catechism as they straighten. El Rapido hanging. Johnny Reb's got the run up on its inside, and then Sea Jester, and now Mr. Platinum. Catechism plugging, Factional weaving into the clear. Full Limit can't get out. Oh, plenty of chances here at the distance, with El Rapido taken on by Catechism, and Factional, once she sees daylight, she's coming after Catechism, who takes the lead. Catechism and Factional. Catechism is going home a shade better. Yep, Catechism. Reckon Catechism an inch or so to Factional, and a photo third, El Rapido with Johnny Reb. And then came on the outside Mr. Platinum, Full Limit closer in, and then Sea Jester and Viva La Vie. Catechism. And we stand by for all numbers after a thriller. The PJ Gallagher's Drummoyne opening soon. A handicap. Catechism. He started to get stuck into him, Corey, coming down to the turn. He might have just dropped the bit momentarily, Catechism, but in the straight, he picked up his game and he knuckled down to his work. And he looks as though he's just nailed Factional, so punters right on target here. They were the best two backed in the race. By naturalism from the blushing groom mare Chapel Light. Catechism prepared by Gerald Ryan. And there's the number. Number 5, Catechism, C. Brown first. So that's a winning double to Corey. Second goes to number 2, Factional, written by Darren Beedman. By Octagonal, trained by Johnny Hawks. And number 6, third, El Rapido by Hurricane Sky, trained by Gwenda Markwell, written by Lane Maloney. Number 1, Johnny Reb was the official fourth. Time for the showing pictures here on track, which is a big help to us. The most important thing is getting totes out to you people. But no, when they show pretty pictures on the screen here on track, it's not much help to us, is it?
The tote compared to what they're betting on track. Gwen's Rules, value for the Kiwi horse at the moment around that $10 mark. And the bottom one is near enough. They're pretty close. But as I said in the introduction, there are only 2 horses that have had support in Super Elegance in the last call, and also the Big Chill. The Bletchingley.
Set to go, main race of the afternoon. Group 3 weight for age. Racing. Super Elegant, one of the first out. The Big Chill began fast. Vocabulary out towards the tail early. Gwen's Rules was away fast, and so was Calming and Ruby Slipper. Settling into stride, step ahead as second last, and Ruby Slipper goes to the lead at the 800. It's Ruby Slipper by a length and a quarter from Calming on the outside. Gwen's Rules retaining the rails third, and Super Elegant a handy fourth. A length and a half, Irish Pride, the Big Chill defence, and they're trailed a length away to Royal Sash, and then step ahead, followed by Vocabulary and North Boy last. At the 500 metres, Ruby Slipper, runner-up in it last year, out by half a length. In second placing is Calming, right behind them Gwen's Rules on the inside, and then Irish Pride, followed further back by behind these horses is Super Elegant as they corner, and then step ahead in the Big Chill, well back on the road, and Vocabulary amongst the tail enders with North Boy. Ruby Slipper at the 250, leads by about 2.5 to Calming. Super Elegant is weaving into the clear, getting over the heels of the leader now, and Royal Sash is coming with a run. Ruby Slipper grabbed by Super Elegant, who pounces on the lead with about 50 to go, and under the whip goes Super Elegant for Patrick Payne to win it. Super Elegant first, Ruby Slipper I think will hold the second again, and flashing home is the Big Chill. Vocabulary did her best work late, ran fourth, and then came step ahead Royal Sash, a break to North Boy, Gwen's Rules, Calming, and Irish Pride last of all. Super Elegant, Patrick Payne taking it out, $5 and $1.90. Set just off the pace. Patrick just had to switch and change his course in the straight, but he's produced a devastating blow with about 100 metres left to go, claiming Ruby Slipper, who ran second behind the top sprinter Rubitano in the race last year. And Super Elegant has driven on for a good solid win. Number 2. Second goes to 7. Ruby Slipper, Stephen Baster, just the last little bit finding her out again. And third to number 6, The Big Chill, ridden by Nash Rawilla. Numbers are 2, 7 and 6 confirmed now. 2, 7 and 6. The run outside of the place getters was that of Vocabulary, who turned into the straight second last and worked home well to run fourth, and fifth in the race was Royal Sash. 2, 7 and 6, and at no time posted at this stage. 2, 7 and 6 are the numbers. Right horse, right place, right time there. Super Elegant. The one little query, I suppose, was whether he'd perform on a very heavy track, but this was certainly bordering on a slow rating, and I suppose his stats are much better stacked up when he gets dry ground, but he's a very, very good racehorse when he's right. He's been plagued throughout his career with back problems, and when he's right, he's devastatingly fast, and obviously he made some improvement from the Sir John Monash, and he was right on his game today.
All right, thanks, Greg. A very good win to Super Elegant. Lovely ride by Patrick Payne too. 2, 7, 6, 10 fourth.
Off at the moment, how many you got in work at the moment? Because you turn out plenty of winners.
Yeah, we've got about 30 in work there, between 25 and 30, and yeah, things are going good.
Missile Stakes, and the gates are back, and there they go. Good result, and Pompeii left best. Accelerator away nicely with Scottish Pride, and going up quickly Prince Shep with Dainty Deb. Periscope, Our Egyptian Rain, pratted very, very deep and a couple of lengths to Academe. They settle fully into stride, and Good Result shows the way from Dainty Deb, and wider is Prince Shep, fourth Pompeii. Followed further back Our Egyptian Rain, and then comes a length and a half away Scottish Pride. Periscope, second last Academe. Accelerators dropped out to last. They come to the turn at the 500 in the Group 3 Missile, and Good Result a length Dainty Deb. Pompeii holding the rails. Prince Shep the roughie wider out from Our Egyptian Rain, and then Scottish Pride. Periscope, Academe's on the extreme outside, and Accelerator is stone motherless down to the 300 marker. Good Result joined and headed along the rails by Pompeii. A length into Academe wider out, followed by Our Egyptian Rain. Forget about Accelerator. It's Pompeii the leader. 100 to go. She's safely holding them all at bay. Corey Brown and Pompeii victorious in the Missile. Photo second. Academe wide out with Our Egyptian Rain, and Good Result. And then came Accelerator, followed by Scottish Pride, and then Periscope, followed in by Dainty Deb and Absolute the roughie Prince Shep. Pompeii has got the prize here. Pompeii, number 8, Corey Brown, right along the rails. Pompeii, number 8, Corey Brown for Gary White at Hawkesbury, and owners Graham Mapp and his family through his Hobartville Stud Proprietary Limited Syndicate. And a terrific go for second, third and fourth there. Pompeii, first up since the 10th of May. A mare by Just Awesome from Blazing Palace, a good sort, and a good tip by Tony Brassel, a 5-year-old brown mare, Pompeii, and right along the rails in the straight, and has proven a little too good. Accelerator, all he did was lose ground, and as they came down towards the turn, he was a conspicuous last, and in the straight he was having trouble seeing daylight. When he got clear, he made up some ground. But Pompeii has won it and won it well. As we stand by for all numbers, nothing through at the moment. The interest is in second, third and fourth. They are spread right across the track. And now let's have a look for the time. Number 8 Pompeii has clocked officially 103.65. Record held by Guineas 102.68, and the sectional 33.75. Okay, now back here as our radio audience links in again. We've still got no numbers after race 6. The interest will be in second, third and fourth. I haven't got a replay. I don't think at my disposal. No, I can't help you with second, third and fourth. They're spread right across the track, and from where we are, it's an absolute impossibility to try and ascertain relatively confidently in a situation where we have the 3 of them going over. Academe was one of them, wide out. Our Egyptian Rain was there. As our radio audience links back with us, Accelerator back last, coming to the turn, and he ran into a couple of dead ends. When he got clear, he finished reasonably well, but Pompeii, who Tony Brassel gave a very, very big rap to, and he has been proven 100% correct. Now, still nothing as far as the numbers are concerned. They must be having awful problems working out second and third. Academe Our Egyptian Rain. I'm just trying to recall the others. Academe, Our Egyptian Rain, I think, are the two most prominent, and the other one was Good Result. Now here we get some flickering coming up on the infield screen. Here we go. 8, 3, 7, 5. 8.
Okay, 8, 3, 7 and 5 it is. And that first 4 is up there now. It's going to pay $2,734.20. $2,734.20.
Race 6 on track. Dandy Kid near enough to the tote. Greek Adonis is also near enough to the tote. It is the on-track favourite. It's been a bit easy. Lord Erin near enough as well. Datari, there's some value there. And Rustic Miss is unders the tote compared to what they're betting on track.
Goes into the stalls, so they're ready to go. This is the 6th event, 1400. Racing, Akabilk and Datari away quickly. Rustic missed out the back, and Lord Erin is ridden from the tail in the early stages. Greek Adonis and Datari are the first two to show out at the 1200 metres, and Greek Adonis going to the lead now is joined by Dandy Kid. In behind them, Akabilk is third, and then Datari fourth as Dandy Kid runs to the front. 2.5 lengths away in the field is Expertise outside Rustic Mist, and then came Jugo Shah. 3 lengths further back in the field is Glefty, and they're followed by Rain Gauge and Lord Erin as last. But the pace is on, set by Dandy Kid at the 800 metres. Sitting in his slipstream is the favourite Greek Adonis, and 2 lengths away is Datari. Over on the inside in fourth is Akabilk, and a little over 2 to Expertise. They're trailed by Rustic Mist, Jugo Shah, and 3 lengths away in the field is Glefty ridden along, and then came Lord Erin, and in on the rails is Rain Gauge last of all. It's Dandy Kid, the leader by 3 lengths. Greek Adonis, 1.5 lengths to Tari. Akabilk the inside, 1 Expertise. Rustic Miss, Jugo Shah, and a break Glefty, Lord Erin, and Rain Gauge as they corner. Dandy Kid by 2.5 lengths into the straight. Greek Adonis getting away from the rails, and he's starting to come out after this leader strongly. And then Datari, followed by Akabilk, and Rustic Miss down the outside. But Greek Adonis took the lead, 100 metres to go. Dandy Kid battles away. Rustic Miss, Akabilk, Datari battling out the minors, but Greek Adonis striding away for a very good win. Greek Adonis scores by 3.5 lengths. Akabilk or Dandy Kid for the minors, nothing between them. Rustic Miss fourth, and then Datari, Lord Erin, followed by the tail enders finishing in a bunch. Expertise, Jugo Shah, Glefty, and Rain Gauge. Just too good. Number 3, Greek Adonis, ridden by Nash Rewilla. $3.20 and $1.50. Sat behind Dandy Kid, who returned to his old tactics of leading. But Dandy Kid just couldn't go with Greek Adonis when he was let go, and it was a comfortable victory. He strode away and maintains what is now an unbeaten run on rain-affected ground, 4 out of 4. Trained by Brian Mayfield Smith, ridden by Nash Rewilla. He's run in the time of 1:25.76. Best will be ahead of him later in the spring, no doubt about that.
So, Greek Adonis, Akabilk, Dandy Kid, 17.10, 26.80 and 142.30, the 3.42 affair. Heading to the start there. And Masquerado, steady, 9.90 Kaiser. Favourite is still Can't Tackle at 3.10, 5.10 Dominguez and 5.90 Ruemba. Little money Beamer and Jackman. And further down, you've got the rest, apart from Lord Rory, who's given a chance at $18. But let's get the ones.
Billy Dale will have them off and running at any tick of the clock. This time, and it was a beautiful start. Beamer, one of the best to bounce. Domingos got out well with King of Soul. Can't Tackle and Ruemba right there. So too is Noble Dragon on the inside. Can't Tackle's going to lead. Lord Rory midfield. Masquerado wider out, and a good margin off next is Jackman. And then comes Jazzy Bullet, followed by Kaisa, and they sort themselves out, and it's Can't Tackle. About 3/4 of a length on Ruemba. Domingos to third, and fourth is Beamer, followed by the grey King of Soul. Masquerado via the Cape. Then Lord Rory, followed by Noble Dragon, Kaisa, Jackman, and Absolute Jazzy Bullet. 500 from home. Can't Tackle going along at a good clip. More than a length now, Ruemba. Beamer in third posse, followed by Domingos, pulling to the outside, and then King of Soul. And a couple to Noble Dragon, Lord Rory and Masquerado, but in the straight, and Domingos pounced on the stablemate Can't Tackle, Ruemba between them, and it's Domingos and Ruemba drawing clear past the 200. Domingos and rider Corey Brown aboard, looking for 4. I think Core might get it. Yep, Domingos races away from Ruemba and battling on pretty well down the outside, Beamer, but a big win to Domingos from Ruemba or Beamer on the outside. Then came Jackman, Caius, a Noble Dragon, can't tackle, dropped out of the race. Further back in the field was Masquerado, Lord Rory, Jazzy Bullet, and Absolute was King of Soul. Too good for them. Number 4, Domingos. 4 winners to Corey Brown. Number 4, Domingos, by Dane Hill Dancer from Still Friends. Gerald Ryan for S and Mrs. V Green, A2, and N and Mrs. J Morgan put the writing on the wall with a good run at Randwick behind Patessa on Saturday 1 week ago. And what a day for Corey. First afternoon of the new season, and CB has booted home 4 Quadri, Catechism, Pompey and Domingos. All numbers to come up after race number 7 this afternoon. Clocked in 1:10.26. Record here is 1:9.37. Zhivago holds at 34.40 sectionally. And here are the numbers: 4, 5, 6 and 2. Domingos, C Brown first. 5 Ruemba by Forest Glade, trained by Tim Martin. Alan Robinson second. Beamer third. Number 6 written by J Ford for Mel Eggleston by Mr. Queeler. And number 2 Cayusa was 4th. And here are the dividends coming up.
Okay, Domingos, nice win that. It's racing in very good form. Now, the 4, 5, 6 and 2 first 4 there will pay $624.30.
Have been offered on track than the tote. Second favourite is ACDC. First and second picks have eased, and Smarts' Shuffle has been a firmer. It'll be right on the pace or leading, and that no doubt has attracted the look of punters here, because the on-paces have been going pretty well. ACDC is lined in. They're all in. Lights flashing. Set to run, they're racing. Bunreaver jumped well. Mystic Morse on the inside blew the start. Away quickly in the early stages, is on the outside going forward. Smooth Customer and Zadatsi was away in a hurry. As they settle down, ACDC's making a drive towards the leaders as well. Great pace as they settle down. Smooth Customer had it narrowly. Moving up, Boys Talk over on the outside to join it at the 800. Zadatsi in the centre. Mr. Goldflyer not far away from them on the outside, and they're trailed further back in the field then by just behind them Smarts' Shuffle on the rail. ACDC's out wider, improving his place. And then came Almighty Yellow, a length and a half to Bunreaver, trailed by Red Zone. Mystic Morse well back on the inside, and then came Tallydane and Pinstripe. Coming around the home turn now, Zadatsi with the red cap leading narrowly. Boys Talk, ACDC wider out, Smooth Custer behind them. Then Mr. Goldflyer, Bunreaver working home in the pink wider out as they cornered. ACDC strikes the lead now out in the middle of the track. Bunreaver trying to level up. Mr. Goldflyer coming with a run, and then Almighty Yellow. Tallydane's putting in a run. Bunreaver's moving up now and taking the lead from ACDC. And then came Tallydane on the outside. It's Bunreaver in front. Tallydane starting to lift. Bunreaver holding on. Bunreaver has won it from Tallydane. 2.5 away third, ACDC. Pinstripe was putting in big bounds late in the race, and then Almighty Yellow, the weakening Zadatsi, trailed Mystic Morse and Mr. Goldflyer. Well back in the field was Red Zone and Smarts' Shuffle, and a long break to Boys Talk, and back there in company with it, Smooth Customer. Bunreaver in terrific form at the moment has won it. Tallydane running a good race, second in from a break, and it should go to ACDC for third as we await the official numbers. Credit to Ken Newman, and Rowan Weymouth racks up another city win. Young man who's riding in very, very good form at the moment. Time there 1:13.07. 1:13.07.
That's probably what he'll do, I'd say. So he'll possibly have one more run.
You've got a nice team there together. Just get through with Wayangan Points today.
Thanks, Wayne.
All right, good luck to Guy with Wayangan.